This is an order of operations problem. In the order of operations, we have grouping symbols, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. My question to you right now is, are there grouping symbols?
No.
No, there are no grouping symbols whatsoever. Are there exponents?
Yes.
Yes. This 3 to the 4th has an exponent, and this 2 to the 3rd has an exponent. So you already asked, but let's do this so that it's on video, so if you need to re-watch it, you can. Everybody get your calculator. So to do 3 to the 4th, we're going to press 3. On the left-hand side, I want to say it's like 5 buttons down. Am I right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, it is 5 buttons down. It's an upside down V. That's called a caret. Press that upside down V, press 4, press enter, or equals. And what does that give me? 81. So 3 to the 4th power is 81. I bring everything else. Divided by 9 minus. Wait a minute. There's another exponent. How do I do 2 to the 3rd power?
2 caret 3.
2 caret 3. So get your calculators. Clear out the 81. Press 2. Press the upside down V, which is called the caret, and 3.
Is it negative 2?
No, the minus just comes down. We're only dealing with the numbers right now. Okay, only dealing with the number. So what's 2 to the 3rd power?
8.
8 plus 2. Okay, so now we're here. Is there any more exponents?
No.
No. So if you have your notes out, grouping symbols, exponents, then step 3 is what 2 things?
Multiplication and division.
Multiplication and division from
Left, right, left, right.
left to right. So we're looking for multiplying and dividing from left to right. So when I start here, I'm going to read it. 81 divided by 9. Oh, already. My very first thing I read is division, which means that's my first step. 81 divided by 9. Get your calculator. Do that. 81 divided by 9 is 9. Bring everything else down. Minus 8 plus 2. Is there any more addition and subtraction? Well, let's read it. 9 minus 8 plus 2. There's no more multiply or divide. Okay? So now the 4th step is add and subtract from left to right. So read it. 9 minus 8. Oh, that's first from left to right. So I do 9 minus 8, which is 1. I didn't touch the plus 2, it comes down. And when I say I didn't touch it, if you need to circle each number so you know what you used, some of you might need to do that, which is fine. That way you know what we're doing. Okay, and then everything else can come down. 9 minus 8 is 1, plus 2 is 3. And there's my funnel. Looks like a tornado. What questions do we have? You will need to know how to do order of operations for today's work. So having that sheet, if you remember when we did order of operations, I said, hey, listen, you need to have a sheet that has grouping symbols, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract, kind of by itself. That way you can always reference it. Reference means goes back to it. Have I lost anybody here? Okay. Does everybody have a copy down? May I erase? So today, we are doing section 1.5, Algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions. I have given you a handout that is verbal. What I mean by verbal is they're words that you can speak. Okay? So in each little thing, in the plus, these are all words that mean addition. So you have add, addition, sum, total, plus, more than, in addition to. All of those are plus words. Subtraction, all of these are subtraction words. Here, all of these are multiplication words. Down here, all of these are division words. We're not getting down to these comparison symbols yet. We're only concerned about the 4 boxes. Everybody with me? Okay. We're talking about algebraic expressions. So the first thing that we need to know is, what is an expression? Okay, so we need to know what an expression is because this is what we're going to be dealing with until we get to equations. So there's two big things, an expression and an equation. I don't know if I see that. Yeah, okay, cool. So an expression is a math statement that has no equal sign. An expression has no equal sign. So what makes something a math statement? It has either numbers, variables, and mathematical operations in it. Mathematical operation, add, subtract, multiply, divide, just like your sheet. So if I've put it on the board, you should be putting it in your notes. Why? Because you might have a question on a quiz or a test that says, what's an expression? Give me a definition. Go to your notes and you have it. Okay, is that going to be one of the questions? Absolutely not. But some of you are not doing the best of job. Hey, I've got my notes. When I say go back and look at it as you're taking your test, these are the kind of things that I want you to have. Okay? So let's do some examples of expressions. This is an expression because there is no
Equal sign.
There's no equal sign. How mathematically would I read this? Using mathematical terminology, how could I read that? It tells me exactly what to do with all. Can somebody try to read that to me?
3x minus 2.
Okay. What does this mean though? What's 3x?
Like
You're gonna have to.
What does
Yeah.
Multiply.
multiply? So really this is 3 multiplied by x minus 2. Every single one of these has a name. Okay? The x starts with a v. Variable. A variable is an unknown value. We don't know what the value is of x. Okay? We don't know what the value is. The number that is attached to the variable, the 3 that multiplies to the x. This guy right here, oh, this is a good marker, is called the coefficient. The coefficient is always attached to the variable. It's the number that's smack dab up against the variable that always says, I'm multiplying to the variable. 3 multiplied to x. If I had 17v, 17 is my coefficient because it means 17 multiplied by the v. Then last but not least, we have this guy that's just kind of tagging along. He's like the friend that you don't really want to have around that kind of goes, hey, what are you guys doing this weekend? Hey. It's Marissa, good, got it.
Oh.
Wow. This is called, and it's annoying, so it's called the Marissa, no, I'm just joking. It's called the constant. Okay? We know that there are people like that kind of just always are around. They're constantly around. That's what I consider with my constant. We don't necessarily want them to be there, but they're constantly hanging around. Okay? Now, let me make this very clear. I love my kids. I love my kids. I am co-parenting with my wife. My wife and I are married. We parent together. She's my coefficient. I'm the variable. I'm the one that has no unknown value. But then I have my kids, who I love very much, but they are constantly around. Daddy, dad. Oh my gosh, Cole, what do you want, child? He's like, how are you? Oh my gosh, Cole, I'm great, buddy. How are you? And but he's constantly around. Okay? So this is kind of how I think about it. We have a coefficient that's attached to the variable. The variable is the unknown. I am an unknown. We've been with me now for 4 weeks. I am an unknown. The constant is the one who, man, is constantly around. Okay, here we go. So, what we are working with this sheet is going between algebraic and numeric, and also verbal. So, let's do this. Here's our example. 3 plus a number. There it is, 3 plus a number. Plain and simple, this is a nice, easy one. We know what plus is. What mathematical operation is plus?
Adding.
Adding. Okay, so I'm looking for those keywords. I love to look for those keywords. We know plus is the keyword, so I'm going to have some type of addition. But what am I adding? I'm adding 3 and a number.
X.
Oh, we don't know what the number is, so we put in its place a
X.
variable, an x.
Or I guess it can be any.
Yeah, it could be v, it could be, there's certain variables that we use and there's certain variables we don't. I don't like to use a's because they could look like 9s. I don't like to use o's because it could look like a 0. I stick to x, y, and z because I can write those better than like a 3-year-old child. The rest of my writing, I mean, never know. 3 plus x. Okay, is that easy? Well, let's try this.
Well,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say no because you don't know what X is.
Well, it's just a number. We don't know what that number is.
Yeah.
X is taking the place of an unknown value. That's why we're going to use it. So here we go. 1/2 of a number not plus. Let's go added to 7. Okay, so now we've got 1/2 of a number added to 7. There's a couple different words on that sheet, so have that sheet out in front of you. There's a word up there that should be real quick that we should immediately know which one is a mathematical operation. What in this statement? 1/2 of a number added to 7. Hmm?
Is it
It is of, that's one of them. So what does of mean? So look there, find of. Somebody other than Marissa, find of on your sheet. So we're looking at that 4-section sheet.
Multiply.
Very good. Who said that? Was that you, Olivia? Excellent job. It means multiply. So I'm going to put my little dot up here so that I know it means multiply. There's another set of words. So I'm multiplying something. But there's another set of words there that I thought you were going to notice first. Yeah, added. Added to means plus. So I'm going to have some type of multiplication, some type of addition. Everybody with me? Okay. It says 1/2 of, which really means 1/2 multiplied. 1/2 multiplied by a number. What's our number?
X.
Sure. 1/2 of x added to 7. Now, this is important. I will never write it like this. I did that so you could see, hey, of is multiplication. I don't need to put that dot there. That's 1/2 of x plus 7. So 1/2 of a number. What is 1/2 called though? Now that it's smack dab up against the variable, it is called the coefficient. What's the 7? The constant. The letter is almost always going to be our variable. Okay? We can always come back here. Everybody with me still? So this isn't a huge portion, but when we start doing word problems, do you think it's going to be important being able to read the problem and make it into a math statement? We're going to do a couple like that, but that's not the big portion of today. You have a sheet though. Utilize this to find those words. Don't be like, I don't know. Okay, you might not know yet, but can you read? And if not, I'll help you read and I can read them to you. But you have this sheet that we can work with, right? Okay. May I erase what an expression is? Good. What does an expression not have? An equal sign. Let's just jump to next week. If it has an equal sign, what do you think it's going to be called? What?
Equation.
An equation. Today, we are evaluating. Okay? Today, we are evaluating. There's a couple things that we evaluate. When we evaluate, we do what's called substitute in. Substitute. When I wasn't here, a substitute came in. They replaced me. They took my place, right? That's what substitute means. Take the place of. So sometimes we have what's called a domain. A equals the set of 2, 5, and 8. So A equals 2, A equals 5, A also equals 8. We are going to substitute in to this expression. How would I say this mathematically? Don't tell me it's 35A. What does this mean when I have my coefficient and variable right next to each other? Multiplication. So this is 35 multiplied by A. We have 3 things that A is. So I'm going to write down 3 different problems. I have 35 multiplied by, what's my first A? 2. There's problem number 1. Problem number 2, because we're finding this whole domain. Domain means what gets substituted in for the variable. These are my domains. My domain is 2, 5, and 8. 35 multiplied by somebody other than Marissa. What's my next domain number that's getting substituted in? 5. And again, we're still multiplying 35 by the 5. What's my third one?
8.
Okay, get your calculators. Do each individual problem. Where'd that come from? Oh, that was yours. I was like, did something fall from my ceiling? Oh, goodness. I'm getting old, guys. My body hurts.
Do you have to put the numbers in parentheses?
No, that just means multiplication. But now, when I do this, you're going to see me put them in parentheses every time. And I'll explain why. Answers? Let's get some people. Okay, so I'm going to point. Just give me a little thumbs up if you're ready. Maris? Yes? Okay. Olivia, 35 multiplied by 2. 70. So the way that I could say this is, when A is 2, it equals 70. When A is 5, it equals, somebody give me another one. Holly.
75. Oh, 170.
175. Last but not least, Riley. When A is 8, it is?
280.
280. Beautiful. Questions? That's substituting in. Easy? Okay. It's not going to stay that way. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to be a liar. It doesn't stay that way. It gets a little bit trickier. And if I go too fast, you have to say, whoa, 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 Mr. H. Hold your horses. And then I'll say, well, I don't have horses. You hold your horses. And then we'll have an argument. And then Holly will put her hand up. And then we'll just do this. Go ahead, Holly. What's up?
Can I use the restroom?
You can, but not right now. Okay. So, evaluate when x equals 5, y equals negative 2. You can go in a second. I want you to do this problem with me first. Okay? Here we go. X, y minus y squared plus x to the third. Whoo! Mr. H, I don't like it. Well, I don't care if you like it, but you will be able to do this. Okay? Now, you'll never hear me say, hey, we're going to solve this. We only solve when there is an equal sign. We are evaluating. Now, watch how I say this problem. I don't say xy minus y squared plus x to the third. I say x multiplied by y. When two variables are next to each other, it means multiplication. Step 1 is to substitute. When we substitute, everything goes in parentheses. What's x?
5.
5. What's y?
Negative 2.
So I've now put xy. This doesn't mean 52. It's x multiplied by y. Minus y is negative 2 squared. Plus x is 5 to the third. That's substituting in. Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
I missed a step. So wait, why did we change the addition to subtraction?
Where did I change addition to subtraction?
Oh, never mind.
So
My bad.
this is still minus. The y is a -2, so it stays -2.
I didn't see the first
No,
one.
you're good. You're good. Everybody with me? So now this is like a problem that I just gave you as a warm-up. Okay, go around the camera. Okay, this is just like the warm-up. Get your calculator, do order of operations. I'll give you a minute. I'd like to come around, see where you get stuck on. But if you can utilize your calculator, you can do this problem. So, Mr. H, are there grouping symbols? Well, yeah, but is there anything to do in the grouping symbols? No. Is there exponents? Oh, yeah, so we should do those first. Is there multiplying and dividing? Yes. Okay, some of you are like, I don't even know where to start. That's all right. That is absolutely all right, y'all. Here we go. So first things first. And this is a trick question. Are there grouping symbols?
No. Yeah.
None that you have to do first.
None that you have to do first, but there are grouping symbols, right? There are parentheses everywhere.
Yeah.
But can I do anything to this 5? No. Can I do anything to this -2? No. -2? No. 5? No. Are there exponents? Yes. I have in parentheses -2 squared. Listen, it's in parentheses. So when you do it in your calculator, you're going to go parenthesis, -2 parenthesis. So it needs to look like that in your calculator. It needs to look like this in your calculator, because that's what it is on the board. It needs to be in parentheses. Then I can press the squared, and it gives me a +4. -2 multiplied by -2 is +4. Plus 5 to the third is +125. Everything else, so I used this, I used this. The plus sign drops. The minus sign drops. All of this drops. Go ahead.
I didn't put, like, for the 2, I forgot to square it.
Okay, that's all right.
I just brought the 2 down.
That's all right. Okay, so are y'all with me still? Did I lose anybody? The next step after exponents is multiply or divide. From left to right. 5 multiplied by -2, okay. 5 multiplied, and I'm going to use these, that's what I'm doing. 5 multiplied by -2 is -10. Nothing else? Yes, ma'am.
How did you get 125?
5 to the third power. So 5 caret to the 3.
Oh, I did 2.
Yep, that's all right. So you did 5 squared and got 25? Okay, that's all right. Good question. So -10, everything else drops down. -4 plus 125.
So funny.
If she walked on the camera, would you have to start over?
What would you
No, I wouldn't be able to use it.
Really?
I don't know. I try not to put people in the video. Like, I can hear you guys, but no. Nobody
It's
should
not
be in the
like
video
on
besides
Like
me.
you're not
Huh?
like you're not allowed to like show people.
I don't know. I prefer not to. There's no reason for any of you to be on video. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay? So now I have -10 minus 4. So -10 minus 4. Do in your calculator. So get your calculator. Everybody can do -10 minus 4. Raise your hands. Please don't shout out. I want some new people. I keep hearing Marissa. I'd like some new people. No offense. Maris. -14. What didn't I touch? The plus 125. Then -14 plus 125. So -14 plus 125. Do that in your calculator.
111.
100. 11. You got that. Crushed that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't think I'm not watching. You crushed that. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Nice.
Huh?
I said nice, didn't
Questions? Can we do one more?
I? Yeah.
Okay. Don't freak out.
Oh no.
Olivia's ready.
Don't freak out.
It sounds like a long problem.
It's no. It has nothing to do that the problem itself is long.
You can make it short.
X, Y, Z minus X, Y. When X equals 1/2, Y equals 1/3, Z equals 6.
Oh, goodness.
There is not, listen, stop being scared of fractions. There is nothing different from this problem that we haven't already done. So what is the first step that we have to do?
Substitute.
Okay, go ahead, substitute in first. So I should see you writing with a lot of parentheses into that.
That's a Z, right?
Yep, that's my Z.
With a line.
Yep. That's how we differentiate so that it doesn't look like a tube.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that.
So we should all have it substituted in at this point. But before that, I'm going to read this. X multiplied by Y multiplied by Z. Variable next to a variable next to a variable means multiplication. Minus X multiplied by Y. So, parenthesis, 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 minus parenthesis times parenthesis. 1/2. 1/3, 6. 1/2, 1/3. Get your calculators. Let's do this together. Okay? There's grouping symbols, but there's nothing to do inside of those grouping symbols. So everybody have a calculator? 1 divided by 2. Multiplied by 1 divided by 3. Multiplied by 6. Minus. Okay, so we're still multiplying, right? We're still doing multiplication. 1 divided by 2 times 1 divided by 3. You're going to get a decimal. Do I want decimals?
No.
No. So what do we do?
I can't.
Okay, what do we get?
1/6.
Mr. H, this doesn't look nice.
Wait.
Go ahead, I'll wait.
How do you do the fraction?
For your second table.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay? So now, clear out your calculator. Clear it out. Press 1 minus 1 divided by 6. Should get a decimal again.
0.8.
Second. PRB.
5/6.
5/6. Should fractions scare you?
Wait, I don't think I did it right.
Okay, come over. 1 minus 1 divided by 6.
Oh, I pressed it twice.
Okay, so your homework, which you should start working on now, it's like 7 problems. It's like 7 problems. You guys got this. You are doing page 32 and 33. Numbers 7 through 19, me, odds, and number 33. Now listen. Number 17, you're not doing. So you're doing 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 19, and 33. 7 through 19 odds, number 33, Don't do number 17.
I have a question. So I forgot about this, but I have that. Can I use this now?
For this homework that's due tomorrow?
Yeah.
If you'd like, but you still have like 10 minutes and you could probably finish it right now. I would hold on to it for a tougher one, but if you say, hey, listen, I just didn't do it, show it to me tomorrow. So when I come around checking homework, you're going to hand that to me and I'm going to take that. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. What questions do we have? Get your books out. Let's get started.